Hi friends, this is Venkat Krishna from Chris Software Solutions. See, in the part of the TestNG series, the first video I have already covered, and what is the use of the TestNG and when we need to use that, and how to install the TestNG with Eclipse. Those things covered in previous video. In this video, we're trying to learn what are all the how to implement the TestNG with the Selenium. Okay. So what are all the different annotations will be there, different attributes will be there in TestNG, how to work with that. So one thing we need to remember here is, whenever for each and every test case, you need to use the annotation @test. @test annotation will identify TestNG as a one test case. Okay, so by using @testng, we are mentioning that is a test case. Okay, so let me enter into the practical part on TestNG side. See here, I'm going to create a new package. I'm naming it as a TestNG. Fine, let me create a simple one. TestNG attributes is my class name. See, in TestNG and all, in the previous Selenium series and all, I have used public static void main because that is the starting point in Java program. Whereas coming to the TestNG framework, we no need to use the public static void main. So here everything is a test. Okay. So by using @test, you can mention it as a one test case. See here, I'm going to take @test. See, in the importing part, arg testng.annotations. If at all you did not install the TestNG with you, then it is going to give you an error. So first you need to install the TestNG with Eclipse, then only you will get this annotation. Okay, annotation is something like it is containing the predefined meaning and predefined functionality. It is going to work accordingly as per defined in the previously. So that is about the attribute. That is about the annotation. Okay, so many annotations are there. We're going to learn in this video what are all the other annotations are there and all. So just, and one thing you need to remember is in @test, so always the return type should be void. Return type always should be void. It will not allow us to string or list or set. It will not allow us. Okay. Public static, public void. So I'm going to give it is a first program. Just I'm trying to print it. It is a first program. See, that's it. Just I have written sample whether it is working or not. This method is working or not. See, if I will execute now, how you need to execute? TestNG test. It is a TestNG test. It is not a Java application. It is a TestNG test. You can see here it is executed successfully and printed it. So in TestNG framework, we are not going to use public static void main. We are going to use for each and every test case, we are going to use @test annotation. By using that annotation, we are going to work with the in our test cases end to end. Okay. So by the end of this video, you will understand how we are working with the TestNG and all. So that's fine. So next I'm going to tell you, for example, I'm having similar methods. N number of test methods you can maintain in your class. This is a second method. Let me assume it is a second program. Similarly, I'm taking third program. Fourth program. Okay, 4 programs I am having. Let me assume. Just I am printing the program. So now if we will execute, all these methods are going to execute. And one thing you need to remember here in TestNG @test means it is one test case. Okay, it is one test case. I am going to execute now. See, these 4 methods will be executed and printed those messages. See here, first program is executed, fourth program, second program, third program. See, you need to understand here Why it is not executed in the sequence order? What is the problem? Why it is not executed in the sequence? Whatever the sequence we have written? Because in the TestNG it will take in the alphabetical order. See, F is first, after F, FO, and then S, and then T. So if at all you are not specifying the priority, it will execute in the which order? Alphabetical order. Or I want to execute in the same order 1, 2, 3, 4, first, second, third, fourth. Then you need to set the priority. Okay, I am setting the priority here. Priority 0. So it will low priority means it is going to execute first. Okay, low priority means it is execute. So 0 will be execute first, and then 1 will be execute next, and then 2 will be executed, and then it is going to execute, and then it is going to execute. So test 3. See, if I will execute now, what will happen? 0 is the priority first, and then it is going to execute next second one, next third one. Whatever the order we want to execute, in the same order it is going to execute for us. See here, first program, second program, third program, fourth program. So you want to specify which order you want to execute, then you need to use the priority. Okay, so priority will specify which order I want to execute my scripts. Okay, so again I am telling you, @test method is one test case in our Selenium. Okay, so that's fine. So next, in the similarly you can define the description also for your test case if at all you want. You can specify the description also for your method. It is a description, just I am giving first program. Like this way, description you can give description to your method. Okay, so priority you understood now. Priority is something like, so which order you want to execute your test cases will be specified here, and you can give the description also. Similarly, I don't want to execute the third test case, or I don't want to execute the second test case. How we can do that? We can do that one more attribute, enabled equal to false. Okay, enabled equal to false, it means that this method will not execute for us. Whenever you don't want to execute some methods in the particular class, or you don't want to execute some test cases in a particular class, then you can make that method with attribute enabled equal to false. Then it is not going to execute for us. Now third program will not execute. See here, if we will execute now, see, only first, second, fourth is executed. Third one is not executed. Why? Because you have given enabled equal to false. Okay, so you don't want to execute any particular method, then you can give so enabled equal to false. Okay, and next thing, so you can see here, or I want to execute one method n number of times. I want to execute one method n number of times. See, in real time, if we will take, see, due to the synchronization issues or application loading issues, one method is keep on failing, one test case is keep on failing. Then what you can do? You can specify, okay, execute this test case 5 times. If any one time it is working fine, then that is well and good for us. Okay, like that way also sometimes we are going to use, for example, the second test case I want to execute 5 times. 5 times I want to execute the second test case. Second test case I want to execute 5 times. See here now, the second test case will be executing 5 times since you have given the invocation count equal to 5. Let me execute this. You can carefully observe here how many times it is executed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times it is executed, because you have given invocation count equal to 5. Invocation count is talking about how many times you want to execute your test case, irrespective of the pass or fail. Even though the test case is getting passed, still it will continue. Still it will continue. Okay. So these are all the some of the things. And one more thing, let me show you. For example, the test case 4th is there. Test case 1 is there. Okay. I am depending. Okay. I am depending test case, or let me create a one more. Let me copy this and create a one more class. Attributes. I'm just giving depends on methods. This is very, very important one. In real time also we will use this. Depends on methods. Okay, this is fine. And I'm removing the invocation count here. Enabled equal to false also I'm removing. Okay, I'm having the 4 test cases here. Let me assume my third test case is depending on the first test case. So if first test case will be passed, then only I am asking TestNG to execute my third test case or fourth test case. How you can do that? If my first test case is working fine, then only execute this. Otherwise, skip this test case. See, in our real time also so many things are there. If login test case is working, then only go to the home page test case. If login itself is failing, then you cannot go to the home page and verify something over there. So that is the reason, if login is working fine, then only we can execute the home page. So in that case, how we need to do that? So that is the case. See, very, very important one. In real time we are using this. What you need to do? This fourth test case is depending on, there is one attribute, depends on methods will be there. Which method we are depending on? I am depending on first. I am depending on first. Why attribute is not coming? Sorry, not here. Here you need to add depends on groups is there. Let me discuss first depends on methods. I am giving which method? First method. Okay, now what it means? The third test case is depending on which method? First method. This is the class method name. This is the method name here. So depends on methods means the fourth test case is depending on first test case. If first test case will be failed, then the fourth test case will be skipped. It is not going to execute. That will also I will show you now. If I will execute now as it is, it will work. So all the 4 methods are going to execute now. See here, first, second, third, fourth. How it is executing in this order? Because you have given priority. Otherwise it will execute in the alphabetical order based on the name of the method. Fine. Now intentionally I am going to make fail my test case. Assert.fail. Okay, I am failing my test case. I am failing my first test case. Okay, if I am failing my first test case, it means that is it going to execute the fourth one? No, it will not execute, because you have already used here depends on methods first. So based on this depends on first, if first method is failed, then the fourth test case will be skipped. It will not execute since you are depending on the first test case. Okay, whether it is happening or not, I will show you now. See here. Can you observe here how many test cases are skipped? See here, first is executed, second is executed, third is executed, but fourth one is skipped. You can see carefully here in the TestNG result. two test cases are passed, failed one, skipped one. Because this test case is skipping now since first test case is failed. So this is about the depends on methods, how we can use it in real time. Now very simple. See, in the Selenium I want to integrate now. Let me take a one or two. Already we have written, right? Alert example. This already we have written. I am just copying this. And let me create a new TestNG class. Okay, I'm going to create by using @test annotation. As I told you, always return type will be okay. So which one? Alert example, right? Okay, alert example. Just I'm copy pasting from there to here. Let me include whatever is required. Okay, already included. Fine. TestNG. Just import this TestNG annotation. See, my first test case is done. Okay, for the dot sleep, add throws declaration. Okay, this is my one test case done. Similarly, I want to go for another test case. Drop down example is there. Okay, let me take from here to here. Second test case. My first test case is completed successfully. @test public void drop down example. I'm copying the second one. Thread dot sleep, just add throws. Fine. See here. Now I have how many test cases here? Now I have how many test cases? The first one is a of alert example is there. Second test case is a drop down example is there. Very simple. So each test case, this is one test case and this is one test case. Can we execute these two now? If I will execute this, these two test cases are going to execute one by one and show us the results. Okay, so let me execute. As I told you, I did not set the priority for the test cases. So based on the alphabetical order, it is going to take it. See, the first test case is launched. Alerts example is launched. Since in the alphabetical order, A is the starting, so alert example is okay. Fine. Second alert also it clicked on it, and it is going to click on third one. Click for JavaScript prompt. There it is going to enter the data and click on OK. See, my first test case is done successfully. Next, second one is started. It is a drop down one. It is a drop down one. See, it is printing all the what are all there. It is printing everything, all the countries it got printed here. So like this way, two test cases are executed successfully without any issues. That is the importance of the TestNG. Okay, and very important, few more attributes and few more annotations also there that we will discuss in the next video. This is the importance of the TestNG. I hope you understand now. So what are all the different things we have learned in this video? We learned about what is the importance of priority, and what is enabled equal to false, what is invocation count, how to set the description, if not provided the priority, then which order it is going to execute. Similarly, depends on methods I showed you. So okay, so and also finally I showed you how to execute the test cases available in one class. in the next coming videos how to execute my test cases in different classes. Then we need to use the TestNG XMLs we need to use or to execute the multiple methods, or I want to set which methods to execute and which methods to not to execute, but I don't want to mention enabled equal to false. But how can we do that? That is also possible by using TestNG.xmls. And what is the importance of listeners in the TestNG? What are all the different annotations like before suit, after suit, before method, after method, and before class, after class? So these are all the annotations, and all in the coming videos I'm going to cover each and everything available in TestNG which is required for us in the part of the Selenium. Okay, so that's all for this video. If you really likes this video, please subscribe to my channel as Chris Software Solutions and share to your friends also. Okay, so by liking all my videos, that is a motivation for me to do more and more videos. Okay, thank you so much.